The Raptors come into Cleveland against the NBA's best defense with their NBA worst three-point percentage, but win 118-107. What a win by the Raptors to take us into Christmas. Let's break it all down for you in tonight's post-game show. Let's get into our post-game show, everybody. The Raptors with a big win. They win their second game in a row. And tonight, it just kind of seemed like everything was clicking for this team. All of your main offensive weapons were thriving on offense. The defense for the first 2.5 quarters was really good. And then for periods of the third and fourth quarter was really good. But overall, Raptors with a resounding win against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a really good Cleveland team. They were 16-0 at home when Donovan Mitchell plays. Raptors were 4-12 away total, and this is crazy. Donovan Mitchell shoots 4 for 16 with 12 points. An unbelievable game that we saw here. I mean, just what the hell happened tonight? Raptors were making it rain from three, very rare sight. Ultimately dispatched of the Cavs. If you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like. Support Amateur, support the channel. The easiest way to support is by dropping a like and subscribe for more Raptors content just like this. If you like the Raptors, you're going to love Amateur. Get subscribed, join the Amateur Hour Army. So let's go into the box score from today's game, and there's some eye-popping figures here. So Juan Gomez does a nice role player game, not too much, but he allows others like Siakam to thrive. It seemed like Siakam wasn't even at his best today, but he drops 26, 9, and 7. It's just every night he's special like this. This was a game where he kind of grinded to get to his averages, but that included some big shots for this team. And, I mean, he's such a good player, guys. OG was outstanding tonight. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 10 for 7 shooting, 6 for 9 from 3. Some huge three-pointers on the way to help us for this game. Barnes might be his best game of the season, one of his most effective games of the season. You really got his playmaking early. You got his rebounding all throughout the game. And finally, you're getting his scoring all throughout the game. He went 10 for 16 with 25 points. That is very, very nice to see from Scottie Barnes. Van Vliet, 5 for 12. 5 for 10 from 3, 18 points. We've been waiting for some more Fred VanVleet games like this. Recently, Fred's been kind of tearing it up, man. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals to go along with it. I know people have been hating on Fred a lot, but recently, again, like the stats, like the numbers have been coming through on offense. Maybe it, could he be better? I think so, but the slander is going a little bit too excessive here. He's been playing well, finishes this game with a plus 15. Good to see. Going to the bench, Nick Nurse used a tight bench. Didn't use them a ton. I thought Gary was a little bit underutilized, but overall, they provided a little bit of help. Going to Cleveland, my God, you see what happened here. Donovan Mitchell shoots 4 for 16. Raptors keep them at bay. Mitchell, superstar sort of player, 4 for 16, 12 points. Crazy shot chucking and outstanding defense by OG. It was the Cavs bench that really got them back into this game a little bit early in like the third quarter, midway through the third quarter. Team stats, as far as like what we got here, Raptors, they shot the ball really well. It's kind of strange, but we shoot above 50% from 3. I can't even remember like the last time we did that. It's so great to see us doing that. We don't even really limit their shooting. We were just that much better from a shooting standpoint than they were. We out-rebounded them. And even though we committed more turnovers, we did a little bit of a better job, I think, scoring off of those turnovers early in the game. They kind of like made it even late. It's like 19-18. But early in the game, we dominated them by scoring off of turnovers, even though we had committed more than they did. So it was just like the Raptors' offense came alive. The defense was fine, but the Raptors' offense came alive. And it's so strange. We're 4-12 away from home. They're a very good home team, and they have the best defensive rating in the entire NBA. It was a bit of like a not great fourth quarter for the Raptors, who get outscored 29-20, but like they score 39 in the first quarter, 30 in the second, 29 in the third. From start to finish, the Raptors had a lead in this game. They maintained it throughout, and it's really great to see that we are going to be going into the Christmas period here, celebrating a win. Now, we have had a lot of bad games, and I always say, don't overreact to the bad games. It's a good team. They can get it back. We're not going to overreact to the good games here. We are 15-18 on the season. There's still a lot of work to do. You had a tough stretch of road games here where you played 3 good teams on the road. Well, you just beat the Cavaliers. You just beat the Knicks. Sure, you had a loss to start off this little mini road trip right now, but at the very least, 2 wins there to get your season back on track to a degree. Still 3 games under 500. Now you go back at home where you have been playing better. You're going back home now. You've been playing better. You got the Clippers next. Then you have the Grizzlies. Then you have the Phoenix Suns. Tough games to end off 2022, but I continue to stress that for this season, let's not jump to any sort of conclusions about the direction of the team before we get to the end of the calendar year. Let's not jump to any conclusions whatsoever. The team still needs work, but let's celebrate here. 2 really good wins back to back. We've earned a little bit of celebration for that. The Raptors defense, I think specifically, has looked a lot better. It seems like from the last 7 or so games, you're really getting Fred VanVleet back to his best from an offensive standpoint, and that is really good to see. So just a lot of things starting to click. This was a game where all of the good things that happened not consistently, all the good things, Scottie playing well, OG playing well, Siakam playing well, Fred playing well, all those things seem to come together. That coupled with the fact that you are starting to play really good defense again, this could be a good start to a momentum swing for this Toronto Raptors team. If they can continue to win games, it's just going to put a little bit of extra pressure on the front office to make a decision about trying to get them some help, because it was still was pretty clear in this game that they need a little bit of extra help in the rim protection department. Do they want to use that first round pick in order to get it? That could be the big question about what they want to do, but by no means should we commit to a tank right now. By no means should we commit to really being a buying team at the deadline. We're still too early in the season to see things happen. I mean, we saw the Knicks go on an 8-game win streak. We saw us go on a 6-game losing streak. It's very easy for seasons to swing this early on and for narratives to change. And for the Raptors, maybe these 2 wins get some nice momentum, some good vibes going into this Christmas weekend here. This is just another step towards kickstarting their season. We wanted the Raptors to use that Knicks win to just motivate them to continue to push on and kick on with their season. And I think today was a very good indication of the Raptors being able to do that. We took that momentum and we brought it into the next game over here. It's great to see. Season, we're not going to call it back on track as of yet, but some very, very good steps in the right direction right now. Let's keep this train rolling. Enjoy your Christmas, but some tough tests coming up. Hopefully, Clippers don't bring the full cast. An LA team crossing the border, Kawhi, Paul George, all these guys. Maybe they rest some guys. Opportunity there. The Grizzlies are a good team. The Suns are a good team. Going to be some tough games there. But right now, look, if the Raptors are playing like this, if Barnes is staying locked in and engaged like this, it makes a huge difference. Because I think that was the biggest thing. From minute 1, Scottie Barnes looked engaged. Got to the rim, got fouled, hit a couple of free throws, which matched his entire point total from that Knicks game. And even though he had a turnover on the next play, he just looked up for it. He looked engaged. And when Scottie Barnes is engaged going to the rim rather than just settling for jump shots, he is a different sort of player. So let's try and go find some wins against some tough opponents coming up. But Raptors, some positivity here. Very good to see. Hopefully, Raptors have turned the corner on their season. So if you guys did enjoy the content, please be sure to drop a like. It does go a long way to supporting the channel. Only takes you a second to drop a like. It does help a lot with that YouTube algorithm, so please make sure you do that. If you want to see more Raptors content just like this, please make sure you are subscribed to Amateur Hour. And if you're a Raptors fan, you will not regret it.